Hey guys, this is Miss Smith. I'm going to be doing activity 3.1 with you from your Poets Journal. So follow along as we go through these questions. All right, so number 1 asks us to write down the first word of lines 5 through 8. So if I look back to my poem, I see the words how, till, in, and looked. Okay, number 2. How do these opening words differ from the opening words of lines 1 through 4? All right, so I know that with lines 1 through 4, the author used the word when to begin every line. So that would be how they are different. He's using different words to begin each of these lines. All right, so number 3, in line 5, the speaker describes his feelings at the lecture. What words does he use to describe how he started to feel? All right, so I see the words tired and sick. So it doesn't sound like he feels very great about being at that lecture. All right, so number 4. It says, earlier in the discussion, we predicted how the speaker might feel at the lecture. What clues did you use from the poem that help you to make your prediction? All right, so when we were first starting out looking at this poem, we saw several things about what this person is doing, what this person sees and hears about this astronomer. So it kind of looks like he's excited about this lecture at the beginning. However, once we read all the way through it, we find out he was not very excited about this lecture. So my prediction originally was that he was going to be excited about the lecture because in line number 4, I used the clue applause in the lecture room. So I had predicted that this person would enjoy the lecture. He would be happy about it. But once I read through the whole poem, I found out that my prediction actually was not correct. All right, so number 5, according to line 6, what did the speaker do as a result of these feelings? Use the words from the poem in your answer. All right, so on this question, if we look after we wrote down from line 5, tired and sick, we're trying to figure out what the person in this poem did. All right, so I see the words rising and gliding out. I wandered off by myself. So that tells me that this person got up and left. They did not stick around for the rest of the lecture. All right, so number 6, paraphrase your answer to question number 5 by putting the poem's words into your own words. All right, so that's pretty much what I was just saying. We know he got up and left. We know that he did not want to stick around. So I'm just going to say he left the lecture. All right, number 7. What does the speaker do in lines 7 through 8? So if I look back to my poem, I see that it looks like this person is going outside. And while he is outside, he is looking at the stars. All right, so I'm going to turn my paper over and go through 8, 9, and 10 with you. All right, so question number 8. It says, starting with line 5, the poem no longer uses anaphora and instead begins each line with a different word. We know that in lines 1 through 4, the speaker is starting to feel sick and tired. Why might someone who feels sick and tired use the same words over and over again? All right, so if I am feeling sick and tired of something, I'm going to use the same words because I am bored or tired or maybe even annoyed. So these would be the feelings that I would have. All right, so let's look at number 9. It says, based on the variety of words used to start lines 5 through 8, how do you think the speaker might feel at the end of the poem? Give a reason for your answer. All right, so I would say that the speaker is probably no longer tired. And I'm going to add in here that the poem says that he left and looked at the stars. So this is what he did instead of staying at the lecture. It seems like he's having a much better time at the end of the poem than he was at the beginning. All right, and now we are at number 10. So number 10 says, based on the poem, do you think the speaker would rather hear someone describe his favorite food or eat his favorite food? Give a reason for your answer. Okay, so this one really could be an opinion question, but based on what we see here, the speaker so far doesn't really enjoy this topic being described to him. He'd rather go outside and interact with it. So I'm going to say he would rather eat his favorite food. And I'm going to say because he enjoyed interacting with the stars more than listening to a lecture about them.